Hey guys, I wanted to talk briefly today about something very personal and also something that I hope you can relate to. And that is impatience from others. So when I was like 2 or 3 years old, like really little, I saw things that were not there. So, and I just got off the phone with my mom to ask her if she remembers this, and she did. Because this is like my first memory, really, and it sticks out. It's always been there, sticking out in my mind. I used to see bugs and snakes that were not there. So I was afraid of sleep. I was afraid of going to sleep. I was afraid of closing my eyes, and I was afraid of opening them in the dark because I would always see something without fail. And it was so real to me that I could reach out and touch it, you know? It was that real to me, and I couldn't understand what was going on. Every time I would close my eyes, I would vividly see bugs. Like, I don't know what kind of bug, but they were like beetles. And then I would want to open my eyes because it was so unbearable to look at these things with my eyes closed. And so I would open them and I would just see snakes everywhere on the walls. Like literally so many of them on the walls crawling. And then I would like go to my parents' room, and mind you, they had 5 other kids besides me, so they had 6 kids. So like they're like they have to deal with a lot, right? So I would go in their room and be like, I can't sleep, like I'm seeing these snakes or whatever. And I would see them in paintings, moving through the clouds of the paintings on the wall that like were in my parents' room. And I would see them on windowsills. Like if I look up, it's on the windowsill. It's like everywhere. And I was just like, you can't see that? Like, you can't see that right there? Like, it was there all the time. Eventually, I just stopped seeing them everywhere. And later on in life, I actually had a pet snake. So I'm not like afraid of snakes. It wasn't like a phobia. It didn't feel like a phobia, like I was afraid of the snakes themselves. I was afraid of why I couldn't stop seeing them. I couldn't understand, like, why do I keep seeing these things that aren't there? Like, I'm just freaking out. And so I just called my mom, and she was like, and this is where it gets to the impatience / patience thing that I really want to talk about, is like, she was saying that, yeah, she remembers because she was like she remembers because it was tiresome for her, because she was like, ugh, they're not there, like I don't have time for this kind of thing, because she said it was a huge deal for me. And here she has like this kid who's like traumatized every time she closes her eyes or opens them in the dark, like can't sleep, and is just overall like traumatized for no apparent reason. She could not understand. She had so much impatience for it, and she was just like, why, you know, like ugh, they're not there, like get over it kind of thing. And because obviously if you're not going through something, like say you have a friend that comes to you and is like going through like crazy stuff, and you're sitting here like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like that. And then later on in life, I noticed that the same thing came up, is that I went through like a period of really intense anxiety where I thought like every single week I was dying of something new, that I was dying of anything and everything under the sun. And people close to me had impatience for that. Like everyone close to me was like, oh, it's this again, you know, like you're traumatized about something new. What's new? You're always traumatized. You're always, you know, dying of something. You're always going through something that I can't understand. That's how I felt like people kind of, anytime I would seek out like comfort in like sharing what I was going through with someone else, almost like help me, no one else could understand fully, especially my parents, but they were there for me. Like, it's like people were there for me, but like it was just an impatient kind of thing where it's like, I don't know how to deal with you. I don't know what you're going through. And this is tiresome for me because I don't understand. And you're clearly going through something that is a big deal for you, but, like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do for you, that kind of thing. And that's how people kind of, responded to, me also not understanding what I was going through, you know. It's like, here I am freaking out because I don't know what's going on with me, and like all these crazy things. Like, I literally think I'm dying all the time, and as a kid, it's like I'm seeing shit and that isn't there. Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I'm this little kid who just can't understand. It's like, you really can't see this? Like, I'm seeing it right now, you don't see it? And so like, how sad is that for a little kid? It's like you can see something and other people can't. It's like that alone can be pretty traumatizing, you know, make you feel like you're going crazy. And that's how anxiety felt later on in life as well. It's like, you know, doctors telling me that you're fine, and I'm like, but I'm not. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I know, like, I really just want to like let you know that if you have ever gone through or ever do go through or are going through anything that you cannot understand yourself, or that those around you cannot understand, and like they're growing impatient, they don't know how to help you, doctors don't know how to help you, all this stuff, and you're just like, am I going crazy right now? Like, what is going on with me? I can't share this with anyone because anyone I share this with thinks that, you know, and it makes me feel like a burden, because every time I share this with someone close to me, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to help me. No one knows how to help me, that kind of thing. Like, if you ever feel like you're going through that, like, seriously, you need to have the patience, because you are not getting that from anyone else. And I am here to tell you that you do have the patience within you to be with yourself in those moments and like stick it out, because you probably will feel like you're going crazy at some point, like especially if you go through stuff like that where you have like anxiety or just like something that is just like mood disorders or disorders, you know, this crazy stuff that like it's really hard to understand, and you do feel like sometimes others don't get it and you don't get it yourself, so you're like, what is going on? You have all the patience you need inside of you, and that's something, like, I was writing about this earlier, and the last thing I wrote was, I have all the patience I need. So I don't need that from my environment necessarily. Like, I will demand it of my environment as I need it, but like, you don't need that from another person, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice, but if you don't have it, like, you have it already, like, within you. So that's my rambling for today. Really, just like, if you're going through some crazy shit that you don't understand. It's just, you'll like just stick it out. You'll get through it. You have all the patience you need. Demand more. Like, it's okay that you demand more of your environment, even though, this is another thing, I'll talk briefly about this, is that something I realized that why people didn't have the patience for me is because those close to me know that there are some things I won't ignore. There are some things in my environment that I won't ignore. There are some things within myself that I won't ignore. And there are some things within others that I won't ignore. And a lot of people like to ignore things. So when you are in their life not ignoring these things, you'll have people throwing their hands up saying, ugh, here she goes again, not ignoring something that she cannot ignore, but I can ignore it, so I'm tired of her. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, here she goes again. Not ignoring a big problem that I have no problem ignoring. So if you're one of those people who can't ignore issues that are a big deal to you, you know what? Like, that's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Like, it's, to me, it's a strength to be able to face and ask questions about things that you can't ignore. You're not a bad person. You're not a burden. If someone else makes you feel like a burden, it's because you're showing them something that they would prefer to ignore. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you can like resonate with this in some way, just however it resonates with you, however you can relate to that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll check you guys later. Bye.